Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing a new, well, more like remastered version of a wrestling game. It's new on the App Store. I've been playing this, I think, for about 2 days now. But anywho, the game is called Wrestling Empire, made by MDickie, MDickie, whatever you want to call him. I've been playing his game since I was about a freshman, so I just really enjoy his games, you know, and I'm just like, oh man. A freshman in high school, not college. But actually it was middle school. It was 8th grade I first played his games. But anywho, as I was saying, I'm just gonna review this game and enjoy this background footage, because I don't really I was just sitting here thinking to myself, I'll just record like half an hour background footage and I'll just put it in there. So on this little notepad, I have pros and cons about the game. Now, some pros are the exact same as some cons, and I'm gonna explain that in a way, because some people may find it good, some people may find it bad. Personally, this is me. Now, I'm just going to start right off the bat by saying I don't think this is a bad game whatsoever. I'd give this game like an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. It's not perfect by any means. No game is absolutely perfect. But, you know, the only game that comes close to perfection is The Sims Hit and Run, the greatest game of all time. But anyway, but yeah, I'm just going to go through pros and cons, and so we're just going to start this off with the first pro of the game. This game is super fluid. Like, I thought Wrestling Revolution 3D was fluid, but this game is so much more fluid than Wrestling Revolution 3D. And honestly, there's just not much I can say about it. It just flows a lot better. It's like he fixed up all of the control issues, touched up on a whole lot of things. You know, now this gameplay is me on a phone, and I have like ginormous thumbs, so it's hard for me to sometimes hit that eye. But anyway, this game just plays way more fluid, way more, you know, like a fluid arcade wrestling game. And I can't really explain it. It's just one of those things where if you played the old versions, like Wrestling Revolution 3D, and then jump to this, you can tell the difference. It's like, oh, this thing does better, this move. The reversal system is way more fluid. There has been times of sequences where I saw like 5 reversals in a row, and I would just go, man. Or I would do a DDT into a Kimura lock, or I would do a power bomb into a pin. He'd kick out, roll me over, and somehow into a submission. I just think it's super fluid, and I just love it. And I don't know how he did it, but MDickie, you did a phenomenal job making this game super fluid. So up next we have a con, and that is unlocking characters. Not every character is going to be unlocked from the jump, and I just need people to know that. I came into Xenoverse thinking, oh, let me just edit around the characters, make them this, and that. You can't do that. You have to actually unlock them. Now, me personally, I don't think this is a con. And it's kind of half and half. But anywho, but yeah, you have to unlock characters. And there's some people that may be like annoying, because some people wanted to just mess around and make everybody into Xenoverse or whatever. But I kind of like it at the same time. But I'll explain that later when I review the unlocking characters as a pro. But as a con, some people may not want to unlock everybody. Some people just want to jump in, play some exhibition matches with their favorite gimmicked wrestlers, and just do those things. But, you know, not everyone's unlocked from the beginning, and I understand that's not everybody's cup of tea, which is why I have it here as a con. I didn't just think of me. I'm not a selfish bastard. So, yeah. But, it's just a con. Not for me personally. It's kind of like I said. It's half and half for me. I 50% like it, 50% don't like it. I'll explain later when I get into the pro. Excuse me. But next up on the pros, news is unpredictable. Like, the news in this game, there's much more variety in the news. I was astonished when they told me they were just like something about in an X-rated magazine, and I was just like, oh, okay then. But yeah, there's more news. Apparently they can be in X-rated magazines. I saw some dude get wrapped up in a sex scandal. Okay. I think about 5 people have died in my universe so far. I've only been playing for about a year in game time, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. So that's a lot of people dying, and you know, it's kind of shocking how many people are just coming and going in this game. But yeah, like, look at that reversal. He just caught my thing into a power bomb. And anyway, but yeah, the news is very unpredictable this time around. And this background footage, you can actually catch some of the new news if you actually have a nice fast enough eye. But you know, that's just for you. And here we go, another con. There's no booking mode. Now, I'm not gonna say that there isn't gonna be that in the future. I'm very, very sure in the future there's going to be a booking mode. But as for now, there's no booking mode. And half of these cons might be fixed within a year. But right now, there's just no booking mode. And I'd really like a booking mode. And I'm not saying there's never going to be one, you know. I'm not saying, oh, he didn't throw this in the game. The game is trash. Just right now, there's no booking mode. And that's a con. And I'm perfectly fine with it. But I'm not saying it's not ruled out for the future. I highly predict it'll be here in the future. But as of right now, there's no booking mode. And now another pro from this game, there are sit-down interviews you can do. I had a sit-down interview, answered 3 questions, got one of them right because I wasn't paying attention to my bank account or my weight at the moment. But yeah, so yeah, they were pretty cool interview questions. It's just like, how old are you? How much money have you made? What do you think about so-and-so from this promotion? I was like, oh, General Genocide is an asshole. I don't care. I'm a heel. I'm going to heal it up. I don't care about General Genocide in Hollywood, or wherever he was at the moment in time. I just don't care. But yeah, I like those little sit-down interviews. I wish they'd come more frequently. I think I've only had about 3. And I just wish they would come more frequently. They're just really nice, you know. They're just really nice to do. But, anywho. Next up, we have a con. You can't book your own matches like you could in the Wrestling Revolution 3D. Like, if you had a free day on the calendar or a future TV taping, you could double tap and set, like, a match with anybody from any promotion. Well, not anybody, because not everybody would agree with you, depending on if you were good enough. But, you could set up matches. You could set up, like, hardcore matches. You could set up confrontations. You could set up, you know, basically just set up a match in the future. You can't do that here. And I highly predict this will be another feature that's here. I just need everybody to know. Everything in the cons, I think about 2 of them or 3 of them will be updated in the future. This is another one of these things that'll probably just be updated in the future. But as of right now, you can't book your own matches for the future, which is really bummy because when I was in the Wrestling Revolution 3D game, I would like set, if it was, let's say, November, I would, in my head, I'd be like, all right, end of the year bash. I'm going to go out against Stone Cold on the first week. The second week, I'm going to face The Undertaker. Third week, I'm going to face John Cena. Then fourth week, I'm going to end it all against CM Punk, the best wrestler in the world. And I think that'd be pretty cool, you know. I think he'll throw that system in. I think everything right now is just base game. He's seeing what he can do and what he can improve. But I would like that in the future. But it's a con that you can't book your own matches. So, you know, there's that. But a pro, you unlock characters, like I said. Now, here's the pro part to it. People like me, I kind of like the old video games where you have to unlock characters or do certain things to unlock characters. And in this game, you have to be signed by the promotion to unlock the characters. So, for example, I started off with the 11% unlocked. Like, that's what they told me. 11% of the roster has been unlocked. I think now I'm up to 35%, 36%, 37%. I don't really know. I mean, I could check right now. Literally nothing is stopping me. So, I got signed first by Rising Sun Purosu. They paid me $900. Pieces of shit. But yeah, I basically stayed there for a while, and the more you wrestle people on the roster, that's how you unlock them. You have to wrestle people, you have to be signed by the promotion, you have to interact with the wrestlers, and I basically unlocked the entire roster. Actually, I can check right now. The game is on my phone, and I'm recording on my iPad. But basically, you have to sign with the roster, and you have to unlock them. All right, I have 37% starting status, 37% unlocked. All right, cool. Now I know. But yeah, you have to actually unlock wrestlers by playing in matches, getting signed by other rosters. If you want to meet more people, or if you want to edit people from Federation Online, surprise, surprise, you somehow, some way have to get signed by Federation Online, which I think is pretty cool, because the feeling of unlocking characters from those old wrestling games is actually pretty, you know, the way they do it in nowadays in wrestling games is just like, oh, you've done a certain amount of things, go buy them. No. Where's the excitement in that? That's why I like Super Smash Bros. So much. It's cool seeing people you've unlocked. But anywho, but yeah, unlocking characters is a pro, because if you're like me, this game is basically just old school. If you like the old school feel and unlocking characters, it's a good time. So I like it. So one of the cons, again, the weight system. And I've had this problem since the 2D days. I need to control my weight. I'm like as you can see right here, I'm big, but I was bigger a few weeks before this. I was about 289. That's what the game told me. They were like, Jalen Peters has gained weight considerably. He's 289 pounds now. I was like, oh my God, I'm fat. And I think there should just be a way to gain weight or lose weight in this game, you know? Just some type of, like you do with training. You do your skill, your strength, your speed, your stamina, your toughness. I think there should be a way to just lose weight, you know? Because it's very unpredictable. And when you start a wrestling career, you know, that's it. Like, hey, you better hope you don't gain weight. But yeah, the con is the weight system. I think there should be like some type of training to where you can lose weight, gain weight. However, because I was 280 something pounds for quite some time, and I was praying to God that they would not have me gain more weight. Because if I was in the 300 range, I would have just changed up my entire moveset. I'm like, alrighty, y'all want me to be fat? Y'all want me to be big? I'm going to be the monster among men. I'm going to have all the big man moves. But luckily, I dropped weight. Now I think they said I was like 256, 2 something around that. Something in the 250 range. But yeah, the con is the weight system. Because oh my goodness, man, I don't want to be fat. Alrighty, back to the pros is the menu music. All I've heard so far, I've heard 2 songs on loop, but I like them both. I'm kind of upset that the iconic, you know, I never really wanna hook you up. That song is gone. I'm sad, but anywho, I like the menu music they have here. You know, I kind of miss the iconic menu music, but it's okay. And the last con I have, see, it's not a bad game. I don't have a lot of cons. The last con I have is you can't sign with the new promotion whenever. Now, I think this has been one of my ideas since I was, I think, 15 or 16 years old. Excuse me. I think it should totally be possible while you're in another promotion to meet with the general manager of another promotion. Like right now, as you see, I'm assigned for All American Wrestling. I want to be able to meet up with Federation Online to be like, hey, I want to come here. Fuck this contract. But in this game, there are certain contract statuses, right? So you can, for example, creative control. We all know what creative control is. You can accept any change or you can refuse any change you want. That's one. Another one is ironclad, which means if you're signed with the promotion, you cannot sign with another one until your contract is up. It happened to me while I was in Rising Sun Puroresu. My contract expired in 4 weeks, and I was meeting with Lance Manenko, or Vince McMahon. And he said, I'd love to talk to you about coming to All American Wrestling, but due to your ironclad contract, I can't talk to you until it expires. I thought that was pretty cool. Now, if you don't have an ironclad on your contract, I think you should be able to sign with another promotion or meet up with another general manager about it. You know, I think that'd be a really cool feature. Kind of like how you could set up your own meetings instead of waiting. So let's say you're in wrestling school and let's say you assign or like meet up with the GM. Because, you know, it's completely random whenever they want to try and sign you. Totally random whenever they want to try and be like, hey, you should come to our promotion. We think you'd make a valuable assessment of the roster. You know, it's completely random. And I just think you should make up meetings for that. And I think it would be pretty cool. I've gotten a few deals from Hollywood, and I was just like, nah, bro, I don't want to go to Hollywood. They don't really pay me. I want to wrestle. I want to win championships, you know. I want to face Shawn Michaels and Goldust in tag team matches. That's what I want to do. But, yeah, those are all the cons, as you can tell. There's not really a lot, because I don't dislike this game, you know. I don't really think there's anything bad with the game. I think there are just things that could, you know, improve or be better. Or, you know, be fixed. Like, I think these things are just things that can be fixed. I don't think the game sucks or is bad at all, because that's just not good. That's just not cool. But yeah, so that's all my cons out the way. So now we're going to get on to the rest of these pros. And another pro I have here is there's more variety in matches and stories. The stories, I say, of the news. I meant to say news. I don't know why I put stories. But yeah, there's more variety in the news and there's more variety in the matches. And I guess stories, because you can say different type of promos now and stuff. I haven't seen a lot of off-script promos, but in the matches, in the exhibition, there's now a gauntlet match, which I think is pretty cool. Which you could easily make a gauntlet match in the old 3D games. A new participant comes out after every pinfall, but now it legitimately just says gauntlet, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, it's something small, but like, you know, it's what they always say. It's the little things. It's the little things, you know. There's a gauntlet match now. That's probably the only new match type now that I think about it and say it out loud. But it's still just, you know, it's nice. It's just nice to have these little things, you know. But next up on the pros list, there are more added matches. Okay, I'm stupid. I'm really stupid. Pros, I can't set stuff on fire. No, I can set stuff on fire. That was my mistake. But yeah, you can actually set stuff on fire now, as you saw in the video, or if you were paying attention. There's TNT in there, and you can throw it at an object and blow it up, and actually set that object on fire, which I think is pretty cool. I don't think you could do that in 3D, or I never really tried. But yeah. And the last thing that I think is a pro is that there's a legitimate women's division on these rosters now. There's no longer women fighting men for titles, which I don't really have a problem with, but there's now legitimate women's divisions, and I just think that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's this whole video done and dusted. And honestly, I'd give this game an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Like I said, I like it. I don't have a problem with it. If anybody's thinking about getting it, I recommend you do. You're going to have to pay a subscription. Now, the subscription is only like $3.99 a year. Who doesn't have $4 to spare every 365 days? I mean, come on now. It's not that hard. But yeah, that's it. That's the video. That's my quick opinions. And, you know, for anybody wondering if you should get this game, I hope this review really helped you by any means necessary or whatsoever. Help you make up your mind or change your mind. But yeah, I'm done. I'm probably off to go play this game. Maybe take a fucking nap, because I like naps. So yeah, I will catch you all in the next video. Have a nice day, evening, night, blah 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 blah. Whatever time period you're in, have a nice one. Peace.